Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, cool. So, we are playing The Knife of Dunwall DLC. I have made some progress, but I am not done with that yet. So, hopefully, I'm loading this correctly. Yeah, it's like its own separate thing. It has its own menu and everything, which is pretty cool. New upgrades available. I bought these yesterday, but obviously they didn't save. I just blew all my money, but hopefully that's okay. It's not a big deal, right? My mana is not low. The game is telling lies.
Sounds gentle. He'll snore for an hour.
Good.
Talia should be waiting in Tree Ridge's close. It's an alley just past the Wall of Light. You'll know it by 3 whitewashed skulls.
So yeah, I'm very impressed with this so far. As far as DLC goes, it's actually worth playing, it seems like. Because like I said yesterday, a lot of DLC is just not worth your time. It's not so much the money aspect of it, it's just not worth your time, you know? Though obviously some of them are just, you know, as far as a value proposition is concerned, then they are not so good on that front either. But yeah, I mean, I spent what, over 3 hours yesterday playing this, and I'm not done with it yet. But then again, I am slow, and I take my time. Okay.
Better make a pass over here.
I'm surprised he didn't see me, because this DLC does seem to be a bit harder than the base game. They seem to spot you faster. Well, this is convenient. The golden cat. Remember that? just double checking there's nothing down here. Oh, there is. See? Lots of stray coins just all over the place.
Stupid goddamn. Son of a- Oh, you gotta run. That's it.
As requested, thank you. I'm gonna upgrade my seeing ability. Okay, so there's something up there. Okay, and it looks like it's starting to highlight living things. You saw nothing.
Be advised, Thundry Rothwild, founder of the Rothwild Slaughterhouse, has been killed by enemies of the state while heroically attempting to prevent an
So these are the oil tanks that I asked for, but I don't know what we're supposed to actually use them for.
persons to the city watch.
Hello, Landlord John. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, this is really handy how it like highlights nearby items as well now. That's really cool. It makes an ability that was quite strong in the original even stronger. Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. I have a body pile in the corner here. It's weird, the collision's actually a bit strange here. You can't go all the way up to the wall, it stops here. So that's a bit strange. It's a very minor thing, but worth noting anyway.
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin, is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
I don't know what these are for, but clearly good for something.
Goddamn Dublin son of
This area is under lockdown. Any unauthorized
Notice, thank you.
are to be considered suspicious and confronted immediately with lethal force.
Considering that this DLC's been out for about a decade now, it's pretty unlikely that they'll do anything about it, sadly. Damn it. I did just save before that, so it's fine.
Emily Caldwin is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial
Yeah, that's
reward.
fine. That is a lot of people over there. There's something there. Oh, it's a copper wire. Might go around the other way. It seems a little bit more secluded.
Who's paying for those clothes?
You're threatening the wrong person. If I were you, I would strongly consider leaving while you still can.
Really? Where do you live? Probably some mansion on Clavering, right? Come on, let's have it. Or I start cutting.
I'm telling you now, walk away. Go home. You're making a mistake.
Oh yeah? How so?
I'm here to meet a man named Dowd.
The great assassin? Oh, I'm really quaking in my boots now. Left a proper stain in my britches. Tell me, why would he meet with a lady like you?
Because I'm hiring him to kill a person. And I'm paying him a lot of money. Money you will never see because you'll soon be gasping for breath on the end of Dowd's blade.
Shut up. That ain't true.
Isn't it? Your fear is obvious. You reek of it. Among other things.
I'll tell you what I think. I think you and Captain What's-His-Face over there were sneaking off for a night of hanky-panky. Only your daddy don't approve of you making out with a lowly watch officer. How about that?
I'm sorry I told you to run. In fact, I'd like you to remain right here. Dowd is very likely watching us right now, considering how to kill you.
You've got guts. I'll give you that. Sticking with a lie like that. I know a few con artists that could learn from you.
Ha! I told you he was coming.
What? Come on!
Okay. Okay, maybe there's a better way of doing this then. It auto-saved me behind this bloke. Interesting.
still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
Enter apartment 10. Locked. Oh. We can go in here though. Is that it? I guess so.
Captain locked up the legal district. Why's that? The Hatters have been trying to burgle. We don't need any more burglaries.
Better keep his eye on the key then. Hatters are likely to come after it.
Ooh, I have a fancy hat. The Hatters may have the key to the legal district. Cap, it looks like the Hatters broke in and took the key to the legal district. I'm gonna have to knock some heads from Pete. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of a growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted for the 2-week training tour, pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. I'm pretty sure I read that in the regular game, but it's nice to have a reminder. Hello Rolly, how's it going? William Cotter, captain of the merchant vessel the Windover, reports that on the 23rd day of the month of Nets his vessel was waylaid by the Dead Eels, a gang of notorious criminals known for acts of river piracy, wanton destruction and smuggling. Prior to the blockade, the Windover was bound for Dunwall, bearing medicinal supplies, food and material goods from the city of Driscoll in northeast Bristol. The captain claims that at midnight he heard the aft bells sound the alarm. As the weather was foggy, the captain's first thought was that of an imminent collision, but when he exited his quarters he found a grisly scene. Half his men already gutted on the boards and the rest locked in a vicious struggle. Captain Cotter surmised that dead eels had swum up to the boat and scaled the side of the ship with climbing hooks, but they caught the ship or where they'd come from, but he couldn't fathom. But how they caught the ship and where they came from, he couldn't fathom. Realizing he had no chance and knowing that the dead eels took no prisoners, Captain Cotter immediately hid in a hollow of a false bottomed shipping crate. I asked the captain why a legitimate trader should need secret compartments, but he couldn't remember where he'd gotten it and assured me that it had been empty. Safely hidden Safely hidden from view, while his crew was butchered, Cotter also witnessed the appearance of the dead eel's leader, a violent woman by the name of Lizzie Stroud. He reports that her teeth were filed to sharp points and she went about the deck of the ship barefoot. Cotter, clearly out of his mind with fear, even claims her feet were webbed. Adding to my suspicion, I'll note that Captain Cotter still had the stench of brandy on his breath when the river patrol fished him out of the water. Lizzie Stride proceeded to question the first mate of several minutes before biting the man's tongue out of his own mouth and tossing him into the river. Eventually, the dead eels discovered the captain's stash of King Street brandy. Captain Cotter used his discovery and ensuing celebration as an opportunity to slip overboard undetected, and recommended a detailed patrol of the area in case the dead eels left any clues. They sank the ship, but some useful wreckage might be recovered. Also, I recommend Vic William Cotter's status as captain and his trading license to be stripped at once. Further, the man should be investigated for charges of smuggling along the Wren Haven. Officer Manley Hodgkins, Wren Haven Patrol. Loaded now. Wonga. Oh, what? Sorry. Bit confused is all. It's not like I cast a shadow.
Rats into everything.
Huh?
Oh no, this is bad. This is actually really bad.
Huh? Got you now.
I wish you could like... It'd be cool if you could like block the door. So if he came up the stairs and I know he's gonna come in, I'll just block the door so he doesn't come in. Oh, that's a bit brutal. Still unconscious though. It's fine. Nope. That other guy disappeared. I can't pick that up. Oh no, I can. I thought it was bullets for some reason. I am wrong. Probably, yeah. Good fly technology. Boot stealth, that would be a good upgrade to get. Let's put him onto a bed. It's not a very good bed, but a bed's a bed. Well, it doesn't seem as busy here as it was before. Swift Stalker, what is that? If your weapons are sheathed, your speed is boosted? Nah. I do have an extra slot though. But I like having my weapon out. It just looks cool, you know?
Let me know if you want to take my patrol. Blow off.
That's fine. I opened that. And I couldn't get it closed again, but it should be okay. Not a big deal.
Sir? What is it? Just wanted to say, congratulations on getting your own squad.
Cap took the key. If you need it, good luck. He's down the street at the almshouse. It's quite a big level. Well, they're all quite big, really. Let's go down the chain. Check out what's down here. Is that it, really? It feels a bit weird to have all that climbing and stuff when this is it, but it seems that way. Unless maybe you can swim further. But I don't want to try it, honestly. Seems like a bad idea. Probably some evil fish in there. No problem, John. Enjoy it. We have been supplying the city of Dunwall with top-of-the-shelf hardware for over a century. Believe us when we say that we know what we're talking about. There are actual adverts that use similar wording to that.
Still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
Chauncey. A named character must be important. You would think. Maybe not. Convenient stir blockage. Got the legal district key.
Sammy says you know what happened to Chauncey.
Picked up anything good? Sammy says a lot. All I know is what Chauncey did.
Yeah? So let's have it.
He did a little climbing, got into the watch's office, stole us a key to the legal district, so we can get in at night and shake down some lawyer types.
That's my boy. But what happened next?
You know how he is. Couldn't stop talking about the key. Wanted to try it out, I guess. He went up the street, and I bet one of the watch got him.
So what happened?
I found him and dragged him back here, but he didn't make it.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go kill us some of the watch. An eye for an eye.
I have an idea.
Screw you, Blanchfield. I ain't breaking my neck.
I want to see what happens.
Remind me to forget about you if I ever need backup. What was it?
Right there.
Somebody!
think I was going the wrong way anyway. I just want to try this. I think it would be fun.
Sammy says you know what happened to Chauncey.
Sammy says a lot. All I know is what Chauncey did.
Yeah? So let's have it.
He did a little climbing, got into the Watch's office, stole us a key to the legal district, so we can get in at night. What was that?
It's not the reaction I was hoping for. No, that's actually pretty lame. I was hoping they would really freak out and then they would run out onto the streets and start fighting the Watch. That's what I was hoping for. Maybe my ideas are too grandiose, but they actually don't seem to care at all, so that's a bit of a shame. Okay, we'll just leave him here then.
Sammy says you know what happened to Chauncey.
Sammy says a lot.
Dies.
He did a little climbing, got into the Watch's office, stole us a key to the legal district, so we can get in at night. No, Allie. Couldn't stop talking about this. Wanted to figure it out again.
So what happened?
I found him and dragged him back here, but he didn't make it.
And what are we waiting for? Let's go kill us some of the Watch. An eye for an eye. Screw you.
I ain't breaking my
Hey, you're some friend. Remind me to forget about you if I ever need backup. What? Dies.
Okay. Fine. Need to redo some of this choking.
What?
Sometimes I forget how loud running is in this game.
Must have been rats.
Oh no, this isn't good. Well, I got lucky there. Okay. I'll quick save just so I don't have to do that bit again. Nothing really in here. Shame.
All I know is what Chauncey did.
Yeah? So let's have it.
He did a little climbing, got into the watch's office, stole us a key to the legal district, so we can get in at night and shake down some lawyer types.
That's my boy. But what happened next?
You know how he is. Couldn't stop talking about the key. Wanted to try it out. I found him and dragged him back here, but he didn't make it.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go kill us some of the watch. An eye for an eye.
Any fools settled in over here? Screw you, Blanchfield. I ain't friendly.
Hey, you're some friend. Remind me to forget about you if I ever need backup.
The fuck are you looking at? Blow off, Chopper.
Yeah, chauffeur. Bit risky, but it's fine. It's quite the pile. Maybe that trap that I discovered earlier. Maybe now that all these guys have been choked out, maybe that doesn't happen. Loot that one place, get even with Craxton. That key we nicked from the watch can get us inside the legal district. We'll get some nice pawnables from the lawyer types later tonight. I put the key upstairs for now. Brush that my teeth this week. Welcome back, John. The only thing you missed was like me choking a lot of people. So like pretty standard stuff. We haven't seen a tripwire in a while, have we?
How long are we gonna put the squeeze on it?
Long as it takes. Look at her clothes. She'll talk. And when she does, we'll be in the money. Right? Come on. Let's have it. Before I start cutting.
I'm telling you now, walk away. Go home. You're making a mistake.
Oh, yeah? House.
I'm here to meet a man named Dowd.
The great assassin? Oh, I'm really quick.
Huh?
Tell you what I think. I think you and Captain what's his face were sneaking off for a night of hanky panky. Only your daddy. Someone wants to.
Considering how to kill you.
You got guts. Give you that. Sticking with a lie like that. I know a few con artists that can learn from you. Dressed nice, well fed, no scars. Someone in this town's gonna pay to keep you healthy. Where do you live, sweetie? My patience ain't endless, girlie.
Ha! I told you he was coming.
Stick him in the bin.
Look at you, the master assassin. So you want to know about Delilah? Well, my uncle is bewitched by her, so we won't tell you anything. I require only two things. Get rid of my uncle, and bring me his last will and testament. In exchange, I'll tell you what you want to know about Delilah Copperspoon. And I'll pay you cold hard coin for your trouble. Come back to me when it's done. Let's meet at the docks when you return.
Okay. Your bodyguard wasn't very good. Just saying.
She had everything she could ever want. What did she do with it?
I cannot walk any further here. Invisible walls. Oh, balls. Well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? Once the financial heart of the empire, the Rudshore Financial District was a hide of trade activity. No district employed more barristers, accountants, or even more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society set had withdrawn and the lights went dark, Rudshore was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been, inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats. Once great palaces of commerce sat empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries, as well as anyone looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon as the most proper name for the place. Oh, I know it well. The men I set out with are good sailors. No doubt half of them have their teeth cut out on the rascally pirate ships spawned at the Sir Conan archipelago. Or they were, I should say. Half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as it is called. Sickness, infighting, poisoned by a school, or would one say a flock of small fish that fly over the waves like birds. landing in the hundreds across the deck, pricking any that they touch with toxic quills. 2 thrown overboard by gusting demon winds. The quiet Tivian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white fur, his eyes wide with terror. Few have crossed the ocean, and the distance of Pandacia is greater than most would imagine. More died climbing the cliffs, and now with but a handful, I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, for this is beyond them, and now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembled the priory mole, but reacted with great apoplectic outrage when handled, so it falls on me to lead them. Apoplectic, maybe? Whatever. Another recipe. Cruel Nancy taketh the world from her greedy hands. Lay it before the black-eyed groom. Cut sharp, cut deep, red drip drop. Last and least, burn it in the hearth of a lawless man. Do this for me, dearie, and I'll give you a birthday treat. Interesting.
Nice.
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin, is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
Do these guys spawn in? That works.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
There's an outpost on a rooftop overlooking the legal plaza which contains information and supplies. Lieutenant Billy Lurk will be there once she's done scouting. Timsh estate and law offices sit at the head of a wide plaza that marks the center of the legal district. Quite a lot of runes here. Loads of runes here. Hello, Roland.
Dowd, isn't it? You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance.
Seems reasonable. Find the journal in the apartment overlooking the legal plaza. Can I have your key? How did you get in here? I assume you have the key, no? Instead, nope, he is being held captive.
There's a problem, sir. The Forrestalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door. I know it's the job, sir, but it's awfully hard seeing them turned out like this. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way. Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
But, sir...
I'll put it another way. You think I care which door we kick in tomorrow? The next day? Behind each is another useless pack of aristocratic sots and their precious offspring. And I don't care if they all end up mudlarks.
Sir, they've been good to me.
Simmons, before I worked for Barrister Timsh, I was dredging out the real Weeper dens. You ever done that? Ever broken down a door and bathed in that stench? Fought housewives with blood on their faces, swinging at you with a piece of broken furniture. Other times it's just rats inside, hundreds of them, stripping some drunk to the bone. Maybe you'd like to be transferred to my old squad.
No, sir. Certainly not.
I used to call myself brave, Simmons. Till I saw a man lose a fight with a pile of rats. So when Barrister Timsh says all I gotta do is rough up a rich bastard, cuff him a few times till he stops talking about his rights, I jump at the chance. I cry with happiness. You understand me?
Yes, sir. We'll approach from the back stoop. They won't be alarmed when they see me.
Right. Good man. It's them or us. No room for heroes in the time of plague. You just do your job and I'll make sure you keep this posting.
Okay.
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague.
You're now free. But he wants to stay here anyway. I can respect that, I guess. Oh, what was that? What was that? Nice bust. These, like, I'm not sure what animal that is, but those heads seem pretty popular. Oh, apartment 10. So Timsh thinks he's invincible because he carries a letter from the Lord Regent giving him legal immunity from the state seizing his goods in case of a plague. He carries it everywhere like a talisman, but he's also drafted the instrument of his own destruction. The document he uses for evictions is a generic form drafted by the office of the Lord Regent. It was trivial to acquire a blank one. Acquiring a forgery of the Lord Regent's signature was less easy, but thankfully some of my old connections are still loyal. Now, all I need to do is swap the two documents. Getting close to Timsh to do it won't be easy. I may need help from a professional. Once that's done, the fool just needs a push to go down, and that's the second part. Inside Timsh's basement, there's a device that circulates air in the building. If some material happened to find its way into the device, the building would reek like a weeper's den. I had to be particular about the actual materials. I do not wish to infect the guard or servants with plague and cause needless suffering. The unsavory gentlewoman living in Unit 10 has offered to provide the odorous item and a sturdy sack to contain it. She craves my rune in exchange, so I will be forced to part with it. She has given me a key to her unit so I can go and get the sack whenever I'm ready to make my move. This one was a teacher. She used to teach the children about the black-eyed one she saw in her dreams. No one knew, but then one of the children went into a trance and began to cry her name, then the overseer's name. This one was born to a wealthy family. He stayed out in the countryside because it was the only place he could see the stars at night. He was never educated, so he did not know what they were. He used to pray to them. I'm not sure if the was here is a mistake or if it's deliberate. Oh, I thought that actually was going to kill me. I thought it was going to slide just to the left. I didn't expect it to just fall over.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemies' weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You left a mess on the killing floor, Dowd. I guess you know by now these things have a way of catching up with you. But maybe you're past caring. You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
Did I leave a mess? I mean,
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening.
I'm not sure if I left a mess. I would say I'm more on the handsome side rather than the pretty side. So I could go back to the previous area if I wanted to. Let me look at the Granny's recipe thing. From the 78, draw the world. Just try and get to that rooftop over there. Pretty handsome, I would say. Might need to go yeah, down and around. All of these goodies that I like don't need, apart from the health. The rest of it I literally don't need. It's very complicated, isn't it? I don't actually find the maps very useful in this game. Timsh is vigorous for a man of his age. He's known to keep himself armed with a sword and a pistol, even when in his own home. He's been observed to be generally restless and mobile, pacing throughout the building, from his bedroom on the top floor to the lobby of the low offices on the ground floor. Timsh keeps his mother's will in a chest in a storage room near the lobby on the ground floor. Front door leads into the law office's lobby. Hobby. Space is 2 stories high with balconies overlooking the lobby floor. The second balcony on the facade, glass doors, leads directly to Timsh's office. Top floor balconies on the right and left of the building, easy access. A back door leads into a basement. It's kept locked, but a key was easy to find. A dumbwaiter accessible in the basement connects all the floors, but it's a one-way trip. Once you get out, the panel shuts and the platform returns to the basement. Timsh carries a key with him. Any important chests or cabinets are locked with it. An apartment near Timsh's estate has rooftop access to the waterfront district. That's a lot of clues and notes and things.
His lordship, the barrister, is up in his bedroom. Top floor. Don't make me describe what's happening.
So there's a bone charm nearby. Potions give you moderately more mana. I'll go for that one.
Any citizens belonging to or offering aid to the Hatter criminal organization will be restrained or killed.
I have to keep this position. He says to bring a bottle, I bring a bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food. He says to undress, I undress.
All the maids have the same issue, it seems like. It's a very flat fish, literally. Note from Captain Blossom Kitchen. The tomatoes in yesterday's dinner were overcooked. You know how much I hate overcooked tomatoes. I like them crisp without that mushy consistency. Am I clear? Please don't ruin my dinner again. Captain Scott Blossom. It's quite the name. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh, I don't know. Let's look at the notes. I mean, I guess I can try this first. We'll make a, you know, a proper save.
Piece of trash, if you ask me.
Hello, Maze Grub. I hope you're doing well. So close, Landlord John. Good, I'm glad to hear it.
What is that horrible stench?
There are people here.
I don't think I ever got your first name.
Apparently I failed. That's fine. I'm gonna try this again. It said don't interfere, and I clearly did not interfere, but whatever. You're not supposed to be here. Look at that thing swing around.
Horrible stench. I can barely breathe. Oh, General Turnbull.
Oh, I
Yes,
get it.
I was expecting you. Please come.
Timsh. It's like a weeper did. I thought we were secure.
And we are. The neighborhood is swept 3 times a week.
Barrister Timsh.
Please, call me Arnold. We're friends. Here, this will clear things up for you. The Regent's arranged.
Oh, all fine. I need you to be quiet. Okay, now I hear you.
Okay, yeah, I get it now. It makes more sense when you see the interaction actually play out.
Suppose Barrister Timsh has gotten off too.
Another fight with the Rue of Anise. He's gone to the top floor to cool off when it's quiet.
Squatting at the edge of Dunwall, the Academy of Natural Philosophy is an ancient educational institute bustling with young students and old philosophers, alchemists, cosmologists, and vivisectionists. The best minds from across the Isles gather there to study all of nature, including the human corpus, the celestial heavens, and the physical universe. No one is allowed inside except esteemed members and the few students accepted each year after a long and arduous application process. Those living nearby can only puzzle at the exotic shipments seen coming from the river and passing through the back doors, or wrinkle their noses at the odd smells that emerge from the smokestacks atop. Royal physician Anton Sokolov is currently head of the academy.
After what happened last night? Very good. Maybe this isn't so bad. It has some merit.
Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clove so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer, says, That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality, and she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house, go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out, says, No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping, says, Oh, my Calasar, your skin is so warm. It burns.
Huh?
Something weird going on.
I'm surprised he didn't properly see me there.
Shipping gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Yes, of course.
It's fine. Got this under control. And this is where we were earlier. Roughly.
I can't find the barrister. Doesn't he know General Turnbull is coming?
Upstairs in his study. You know how he...
Oh, poo.
We're not taking this one alive.
River.
Feed him to the hounds.
Oh, you can break the doors down, that's kind of cool.
You made someone a widow, damn you.
Okay, not too bad. Not too much to replay. Bit of sword flapping. Managed to keep it all under control though.
Probably right.
Oh, are they fantastic? That's what I like to hear. The mighty Stoke. Melissa, I know that it's common practice for maids to bind their hair, but I really think it does you a disservice. I'm sure there wouldn't be a problem if you left yours free and I would enjoy the sight. If you have any other concerns about your dress code, please speak with me. I'm certain that we could find some leeway. I want to make sure you're comfortable while you work. Arnold.
What's going on there? That might be worth checking out.
I'm gonna load that. I'm not sure if that counts as being spotted or not, because it was very... It wasn't great. Let's be honest.
Can't find the barrister. Doesn't he know General Turnbull is coming?
Upstairs in his study. You know how he gets after his niece visits. He hates her, and she feels the same.
Some family. Sounds like mine.
It's a good combo. There is a rune in there though, so that's an issue. Speaking of runes, what's my power situation looking like? I could get a new thing. The problem is the summon assassin thing doesn't really do much for me. I think it's a cool idea, but it's just not something I would go for. It was very close, yeah. That was also a little bit close. Don't need that. Locked. It did say in the note that everything would be locked. Mr. Timch, we cannot currently spare an overseer equipped with a musical device to become a member of your house guard. All of our ranks are currently very busy with other weightier matters. If you fear an impending assault by a perpetrator of the heretical arts, I suggest you come immediately to hold your square for counsel and protection. Overseer Mallow, Overseer of the High Overseer, Office of the High Overseer, rather.
Benedict, I need to know what you expect regarding the Danforth Holding Company. They're only a month late, and they've been good for it in the past. Normally, I wouldn't hesitate to invent a plague infection complaint against them and have all their assets seized. But they have a link to the Boyles, and they, as you know, are on the Do Not Touch list. It's hitting a little too close to home. I'm afraid you may have to settle your dispute with them by some other means.
Is this globe related to the granny request thing? Possibly not. Scott, do we really need that alarm device in my office? It's ugly, the colors clash, and the cable is marking up the woodwork. I'm positively certain that the way it's been attached to the floor will cost a few thousand in coin to mend. Arnold. Sugar. Wasn't the plan. Place the items you wish to deliver on the tray. Use the dial to select the floor. 1 being the law offices and lobby, 2 as the smoking lounge and library, 3 Timsh's office, and 4 the dining hall and bedroom. Pull the lever and the platform will go up. When it reaches that floor, a bell will sound to notify the staff on that floor. Once the load has been removed from the platform, the machine will automatically lower it back down. If you activate the dumbwaiter without first selecting a floor, it will default to 1. Please do not ride on the dumbwaiter. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up. A. When are we going to get a secretary? I can never find any of the documents filed by J, and S doesn't seem to file anything. This place is turning into a vortex of disorganization so big you could ride a whale into it. Note to Gerwin, I understand your concern about security, but I trust in the security of a key hanging from my own belt, not a combination lock. Combination lock can be guessed, cracked, or bribed, but with a simple lock and key, the contents of my archives remain safe. As for lockpicks, a fable. I've never known such a thing to truly exist, have you? I like that. You would expect a game like this to have lockpicking in it, but it's just not a thing.
Look at this. Now what?
Oof. Well, it's not quite what we had in mind, or what I had in mind specifically. S. I suggest you do some research into cases concerning similar acts of arson. I don't think your client has a case, but if you confuse the issue enough with terror tales, the jury might just vote with their hearts rather than their heads. It's what Timsh would do, I trust. J. Oh. What does that say? Lay the tarot card, the world, at the feet of one of the... at the one with the eyes of the blackest void. I might know where that is. Oh, I'm not reading that. It's a nice wee song though, if you're into that. Very nice bathroom.
Might be worth checking out.
I wonder if he saw the bodies. Possibly. I missed that coin previously. This one was a father. He sired 6 of 3 mothers. He drowned one of them, but it was not his fault. One day the child's grandfather discovered what happened, but the old man did not agree with that assessment. This one worked so hard, he broke both of his hands. When he was of no more use, they threw him out. His mother cared for him until she died, after which he turned to begging, then he died. What? Burn the bloody card at the hearth of a man who dreams of being Lord of all? I don't know, that might be back in the manor. Hello Illuminati, how's it going? Staff Barrister Timsh was complaining about squeaking in these doors, so they've been removed until the repair order comes in. Please don't throw anything down the shaft or do anything childish from management. Good, I'm glad to hear it. I've been told that Stoke are doing well at the moment. So if I was you, I would turn this stream off and watch Stoke instead. Or you could bang your head against the wall for 3 hours instead. It's up to you. Stoke are 3-1 up. Oh my goodness. Yes. 4-1 now, really? Oh my goodness. They always do well when I'm playing video games.
Who are you?
I understand your curiosity. I'm strange. I was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. A friend to Jessie when we were girls. Then afterward, I made my name as a painter. Now, I'm obviously something much greater. I hope that satisfies you. Because you won't get more. I ought to just kill you. But I'm going to give you a warning for the sake of my sisters, who were very impressed with you once upon a time. Stay away from me. There are great changes coming, and I'll expect you not to interfere. I have influence in places you won't expect. But as for Arnold Timsh, do what you want. I won't hold a grudge. I'm done with him.
Is that who you were looking for? Well, she's a bit of a bitch. And the artwork's hopeless. I know you have your reasons.
Are you jealous? I think someone's a bit jealous. And yes, I mean, very well put, Illuminati. When pretty Emily woke one day, she saw the world a different way. Her eyes now looked with a stranger's guile. Her dainty mouth smiled a stranger's smile. Her hands now worked the stranger's wrath. Her feet now walked the stranger's path. Emily fed, another grew stronger. The stranger's cravings drove her onward, and no one who looked on Emily's face ever guessed who ruled in Emily's place. Beautiful stuff. So what happens if I do this? Nothing. You have to try these things, don't you?
Thank you for coming, Melissa. It's been a hard week, and I get so terribly depressed sometimes. But you always make me smile, even in spite of everything.
Thank you, sir. I try. And how is your mother? Or do you mean the situation in the city? I'm not sure I quite understand what I'm doing.
Just listening. Things have been hard. The Lord Regent depends on me to help control the spread of the plague. These aren't easy decisions. This document I carry granting me legal immunity isn't a blessing. It's a burden. Carries so much responsibility.
We all depend on you, sir.
There you go again, making me smile. I have an idea. Why don't you stay at the house tonight? I'll be working late, and there's more than enough room in my chambers for a delicate creature like you.
Oh, no, sir. I wouldn't want to impose.
Oh, it's no bother. We can share a bottle and pass the dreary hours together.
I couldn't. My husband will be waiting.
It's only just occurred to me. The late coach isn't running tonight. It's not my fault. It's the Regent. He's
there's a bug.
Standing by. Just
when you zoom in the knife,
But, sir,
where the sword
I live
goes
out
with it.
past the old walls.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's why I needed it.
I know. That's why I'm concerned. The plague's headed west this past week. I've heard of weepers on Market Street, even on Finfic Lane. I'd hate to think of you making that walk alone, but you know best, I suppose. We all make our decisions.
Yes, that's true. Sir, I think it would be my pleasure to stay with you tonight.
Good. Then it's settled. I think I'll start the evening with a bath. Until then, feel free to relax. You're off duty for now.
Yes, sir. I'll just relax. Have a drink, maybe. It could be a long night.
Blimey. I've just realized something. Because you don't get possession in this, so there are no rats. I don't think we've seen really any rats. I mean, this is quite a nice building, but just in general, the whole rat thing is like greatly played down in this. So let's go down to the basement.
foul stench. I could barely breathe. Oh, General Turnbull. Yes, I was expecting you. Please come.
Ah, Timsh. It smells like a weeper den. I thought we were secure.
And we are. The neighborhood is swept 3 times a week.
Barrister Timsh!
Please, call me Arnold. We're friends. Here, this will clear things up for you. The Regents arranged it. By the way, I don't think I ever got your first name.
What is this? Is this a joke?
I am not sure what you find funny about it.
Barrister Timsh, this is a letter from the Lord Regent dated a month ago, stating that your building is to be seized by the state immediately due to massive infection outbreak, and that your personal assets are forfeit if you do not comply immediately. A month ago? Are you showing me this to try to convince me that you're above the law?
What? Let me see that. This isn't possible.
Barrister, I am afraid I am going to have to take you into custody. And if I or any of my men contract the plague because of this visit, I'll see that your head rolls.
No. This isn't the right document. This...
Get him out of here before he starts bleeding from the eyes. And secure this court. It's under quarantine.
Yes, sir. Fainted. Now what? I don't want to touch him. What if I get sick? I'll just wait for him to wake up.
Whoops. Perhaps that was a little ambitious.
That's strange. Timch doesn't name himself the beneficiary in the will. He's giving the inheritance to Delilah.
A little bit of it, yeah. It doesn't strike me as an Illuminati game.
Tim's gone.
Wait a minute. Who's that?
Why are there people here?
I know you're here. I'll flush you out. You won't stay hidden for long. Oh, I'll find you.
I doubt that's the case for Baldur's Gate 3, because I'd imagine it's probably a really long game.
I'll find you. Where'd you go?
Sword flapping. And to be fair, I think that's pretty much like every game, isn't it? Massive surge in popularity at first.
Benedict, I need to
and then obviously it just drops off really quickly. It's the same with movies. It's the same with music. It's it's a thing.
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted. My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
Dear Arnold, thank you for inviting my wife and me over for dinner last week. We both had a splendid time. I also appreciate you being so patient with our episode. Not many people are as understanding, and you showed considerable grace. I'm also happy I was able to confide in you with my business arrangements. I'm sure you'll be able to keep them strictly confidential, but it was a relief to finally be able to vent about the frustrations I much endure daily to a colleague who understands these sorts of things. I hope that you will allow me to return the favour and play host to you for an evening. Sincerely, Wiles Roland.
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted. My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep.
Barrister Timsh, I'm afraid I cannot in good conscience remain your mother's physician. The way you repeatedly deny her access to practices which could potentially restore her lucidity is nothing short of a death sentence, and I wish no part of it. Good day to you, sir. Dr. Partridge. Yeah, he seems like a bit of a bumhead, doesn't he? I'm not sure about this. Burn the bloody card at the hearth of a man who dreams of being Lord of all. Here? Aha! Yay! Good stuff. Just wondering if you could actually get onto the roof, but it doesn't seem like it. Oh. That was a nice audio bug.
saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Maybe this wasn't a good way to go about it. Let's load that. And then I'll try to do a 180 instead. Might be easier, honestly.
Better make a pass over here.
No, stupid goddamn. Where did Roland go? Maybe he just disappears. Thought maybe he would have something to say, but maybe not.
I saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Oh, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. I thought I cancelled it. I had not. Apologies about that.
I saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
What's going on with me? I just keep on stumbling and fumbling and bumbling around here. This is where we started back in the day.
The barrister's enemies caught up to him. He's in custody as a plague victim. Here's the will as agreed.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps better. But you were promised information. Well, my uncle came under Delilah's spell. He was obsessed with her. Everyone knew she'd been a servant at the tower before she studied under Sokolov. She was a painter, an artist. Beneath my family's class, for certain. My uncle became infatuated. But he looked older and made us keep candles lit all night. He was afraid of the dark. One night we all went to Waverly Boyle's for a seance. It was an amusement. We didn't know what we were doing. I thought only the dead appeared at seances. But suddenly, Delilah was in the room with us. My uncle nearly died of terror. She was there, but not there. We saw her as if she was very far away, standing in the old Brigmore Manor, painting at an easel, painting a name. It was your name, Dowd.
What?
That's all I know. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I hope so too.
Timsh is ruined. He'll rot in Coldridge prison if they don't send him to the flooded district. It's poetic, I suppose. Maybe I was wrong about you, Dowd. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go home.
One body found, but apart from that, pretty happy with it. And I did really well with the coins as well. Thank you.
Jessamine Caldwell's hands were all that was holding this city together. With her dead, this city was a fast disintegrating web of guardsmen, overseers, nobles, weepers. Maybe this was the world the outsider was trying to show me all along. For years, I'd held together a shadowy band of ex-mercenaries, street kids, and refugees through discipline and a bit of black magic. On the fringes of a city that ate up innocence and weakness. Maybe today was the end of that small world. I thought of Jessamine Caldwell's hands shuddering as she lost her grip on life. Whatever doom was coming, I deserved it. My people didn't.
Please, I want some boot stuff. Don't really care about the armor. cancel. I think we're good. I've got loads of money still, and I probably don't need this. Don't need it, but yeah. Well, I could buy that. Okay. I'm happy to move on. It's a nice sewer.
Dowd, we've been attacked. Overseers are tearing the place apart. Looking for you.
Oh dear.
They're holding our remaining men, and their leader is in your chambers as we speak. If we take him out and free our men, we can still drive the Overseers back.
I want to know how the bastards found us in the first place.
Tony Cipriani's not happy. Repel the Overseer attack. Eliminate Overseer Hume and free 4 of your captured assassins. Okay. It's a little bit different, isn't it? Memoirs. I tell you, the very sight of the animal is uplifting. Its size rivals the largest boats, and its songs resound across the ocean. The great fins are as long as 2 men. A single fin is as black as the rocks at the bottom of the darkest waters, but the remainder of the animal is as white as the Tivian snow. Even the tentacles hanging beneath its face are the palest white, twisting and dragging in the cold depths. When the great whale breaks, everything else is lost from focus, distant and diminished, as you were transported to a lost, lonely place that cannot exist. My entire life I ran after this dream, burned into my mind when I was but 10 years old. Since my first year at sea, the apparition has never left me. I have hunted its trace, following half-told rumours or the thinnest of clues, part of a song played by musicians in a Morley pub at the edge of town north of Kilkenny. Once from a sketch found among the belongings of a dead sailor. On rare occasion I was guided by more substantial evidence, an evening's meal and conversation with the captain who had sighted the great whale a season past. At 13, I was already well familiar with the whaler foam, and by 16 years, I was second captain, sailing uncharted stretches of sea. When I got my own rickety boat at 20, I was already known as the bloodiest whale hunter in all of the Isles, the most consumed, the maddest with frustration. Hunting and killing hundreds of whales, I never saw it again. I drove my ship and my men like hounds in the worst winter. Over a lifetime, I carried my hope of seeing it, touching the cool dead flesh once it was hoisted over the deck. I needed to hear its song again to understand the effect it had over me, to immerse myself in its final moments of life. Now racing against my age and infirmity, my growing madness is killing this vision, this childhood dream, so that I wonder if I was ever real to begin with. My life seems already written and I have failed. I realize now that it was crazy, this dream. Did it really exist in this world? In mine, yes.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Chances are very good.
I recognize this area. We're not having that. The Surge is also the name of a pretty decent game. Maybe I'll stream that someday, who knows?
You mean he saw a chance for personal glory and acted premature? Careful. Your character's words were not spoken down. You worry too much.
And I do recognize this location from the original game.
Indeed, I believe so.
I'm just not going to read that, it's far too long. I just can't. I can't. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technologies is that they share the same magnetic sockets for the tanks of possessed whale oil that they use as fuel. No problem, Landlord John. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even lower guardsman of the city watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and the wall of light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who were wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. I remember that note from the original. Who knows, maybe that big long one that I decided not to read, maybe that's was in the original as well. One can hope, and I've already read it. But yeah, I don't know. I think you need to show a little bit of restraint when you're writing these notes. You can't write a full-blown novel. It should be like a paragraph at most. But that's just my opinion.
This one's done. There isn't any fight left in him. No wonder they keep to the shadows. They're nothing in a stand-up fight. They'll remember us. The men who smashed down assassins. What's wrong? Waiting for the outside fighter to help you? When he regains consciousness, we'll gut him. Slowly.
Ricardus claims he memorized the litany on the White Cliff.
I didn't think that was a good idea. Don't you worry. We could maybe try one of these in this scenario.
That might be worth checking out.
Someone get over here!
No, it doesn't last very long.
Firing!
Okay. Could maybe still work.
Where are you?
Okay, well that was not what I wanted at all.
That might be worth checking out.
I heard you there.
It's a shame that I can't aim,
I know
isn't
you're
it?
here somewhere, scum.
Oh my goodness, my aim sucks. I need to zoom in. Oh, really bad.
That might be worth checking out.
Like that.
Hurt
My hands not be restless. Feel yourself. Got you now.
I don't think the sleep dart works very well on him because of the mask.
That might be worth checking out. Heard something.
Let's find it. I need more men.
I think it works fine if you hit them in the back of the head with it, you know, with the sleep dart, but when you hit them from the front, I don't think it works.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Never done. Somewhere get over here. Take out his legs.
It's a bit, yeah, it's a tricky one. If there was a good way to leave one of them out, I mean that could work. If this was the regular game, I would use possess, but that's not an option here. They even give you sleep darts here.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Where are you? Got you now.
It's loud as well, you know, people hear it.
Watch out.
The actual crossbow is actually, you know, it's not quiet. You might think it would be, but it's not.
That might be.
Guards.
Oh, that's actually so close. That could maybe work. It's a bit ambitious, but I think it could work. Have I really been at this for 5 minutes already? Five one.
Guards, to me.
Incredible. There we go. Took a while. Got there. Please log this superstitious artifact that was found on one of Dowd's men in the training area within this commerce building. There should be a crate in the temporary headquarters for items of this nature. Just deposit it there after you create a log entry for Overseer Marcus. What strong arms? Choking is faster? Definitely need that. Definitely need that.
My hands are bound. Okay. I'll watch for your sign.
Captured assassin has been freed. Yes. Oh wow, it's super quick. I'm sure the base game had that bone charm and I just never found it, possibly. Oh, I got spotted.
Get up right now. Oh, I'll find you.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight?
Indeed, I believe so.
Ah. Another toad somewhere he doesn't belong.
You will. Toads are cool. Just for the record. Welcome back. Apparently Stoke are winning 5-1. One gentleman of advanced age swore that his brother had been taken by the Whalers, a notorious gang associated with the man called Dowd. I thought they were associated with Bob Marley. Come on, that's a good one. I know you're all laughing. 6-1. I need to watch the highlights for this game. Who are they playing against? They're not playing against Northern Ireland, are they? According to Peter Mansfeld, his brother Radolf was proud of working with the Royal Spy Masters Responsible Citizens Group, feeling no shame in reporting on what he perceived as shady dealings by his rivals at the fish markets. But this might have been the source of his trouble. On the 6th evening of the month of Harfst, Radolf came storming into Peter's home. Peter, white-faced and panic-stricken, claiming to have been chased by a group of ruffians wearing leather suits and vapor masks used by the men working in the whale oil factories. Peter gave him supper and drink, sending him on his way later in the night, after which Radolf was never seen again. Good old Radolf. Rotherham. Makes sense, really, doesn't it? Look at how quickly I can choke people out now. Isn't it wonderful? Turbo choking, yes. Oh, what? I landed on his head. How embarrassing. Good thing I just quick saved.
Huh?
See, that's Overseer Hume. I feel like I should come back to this later and do the other ones. Try and do the top one first, possibly. This one seems like it's hard though.
What's going on there? Huh? Find the outskirts. I need more men.
Bastard.
Where is Dowd?
Who is this Dowd individual that you speak of?
Talk or die, scum. It's all the same to me.
Hate it when it whiffs like that.
Tell me where he's hiding. Your life ends at the count of 3.
Oh, that's annoying. I don't like that when you put down the body, even if you just, I can understand, obviously you can throw it and that makes noise, but even if you just put it down it makes noise. I find that quite annoying. Having your weapon sight doesn't slow you? Interesting. There are just so many blokes here. He's dead. He is so dead. Freddy's asleep, Jared, but you know. He ends up falling to his death anyway. This is it. This is the run. Awkward, okay. Now this part, I'm not so sure. Because they're pretty much looking almost at each other.
For the last time, where is Dowd?
They might split apart here.
What's going on there?
You're only moments from death. Talk or die, scum. It's all the same to me. Tell me where he's hiding. Your life ends at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Fool.
Firing! Huh? Someone get over here!
Okay. Well, that adds a wrinkle. Could just do this.
For the last time, where...
Hello, A-Bomb. How's it going?
Cut the rope. My hands are tied. Thank you. I'll wait for your word.
Got there in the end. I think that's my first, like, properly useful, like, use of a choke bomb.
Is it bad? Could the city get any...
Leap away, did you?
Huh? Guard, to me!
No, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna need to clear out the other guys first, I reckon. Just a guess, but It makes sense to me. Abandoned journal. I've managed to make a space for myself here. Thankfully, Rudshore is all but completely abandoned. Up in this room, I'm protected from the occasional scavenger and the flooding during heavy rain. I'd like to return to my office in the Commerce building to see if I can find some of my old books, but I've yet to build up the courage. Eventually, I'll run out of canned meats and then I'll have no choice. No need for courage when desperation kicks in. Please don't see me. He did not see me. Home to some of the most powerful families in Dunwall, the estate district has been a jewel in this city's crown for generations. No district enjoys finer restaurants or cultural events, and no families inspire more admiration or more gossip than the lords and ladies of the estate district. The late Lord Boyle and his lovely wife perhaps best epitomise this privileged class of citizens. Their annual costume ball is the talk of high society, creating ripples throughout Dunwall when one family or another is excluded from the guest list. But it's not all play that drives the Boyles. On several occasions they've generously brought in poor labourers from elsewhere in the city for a week or two to work on their garden or home, providing vital employment for those who need it most. With so much history, the estate district has also seen its share of trouble as fortunes are made and lost. The great Lord Preston Moray and his eccentric wife Vera were once the toast of Dunwall before tragedy struck and they fell into ruin. Riddled with canals and large homes that enjoy historical preservation tax breaks, the estate district is a place to which we can all aspire.
This is a waste. These ones never talk. Look at this. Are you paying attention? I am going to pull the pin in a moment. No one will even know you were here.
I think that bug's so funny, by the way, with the knife. Oh, that's great. With the, I know it's a sword, but it looks like a knife.
Sure, he'll kill us when we find him, so why not?
I don't know why that happens. It never happened in the base game, just in this DLC.
Fast. My hands not be restless.
I'm running out of choke bombs.
Cut the rope. My hands are tied.
Using 3 on one scenario like that seems a bit overkill.
I'll survive. I'll await your signal.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that approach. Pump system report log entry. Standing water, not more than ankle deep. Something must be blocking the drainage. Log entry, drainage was cleared and standing water isn't an issue any longer. Note, pump system may be insufficient for high volume situations. Log entry, waist high water, drainage problems again. The accountants are going to have to swim to work if something isn't being done about the pump system. Log, last day in Rudshore. My new post starts tomorrow. I've reinstated my concerns about the pumps. I suggest my replacement check the valve pressures and system mechanical integrity immediately.
This is a waste. These ones never talk. Look at this. Are you paying attention? I am going to pull the pin in a moment. No one will even know you were here. Just tell us where Dowd's gone. If he's so great, I'm sure he'll kill us when we find him, so why not? Last chance. Here it comes! Ward yourself!
No, we can't be having that, obviously. It needs to be perfect.
This is a waste. These ones never talk.
They don't hear the splash? Okay, cool.
Look at this. Are you paying attention? I am going to pull the pin in a moment. No one will even know you were here. Just tell us where Dowd's gone. If he's so great, I'm sure he'll kill us when we find him, so why not? Last chance.
Someone get over here!
I was hoping they just wouldn't notice that the bloke fell over, you know?
This is a waste. These ones never talk. Look at this.
Maybe. This has potential. Maybe.
Huh?
Not like that, though. Oh, that was terrible. Terrible. Terrible's not the word for it. But it was terrible.
This is a waste. These ones never talk.
Huh?
Are you paying attention?
Great. This is good. This is good.
No one will even know you were here. Just tell us where Dowd's gone. If he's so great, I'm sure he'll kill us when we find him.
That counts as being spotted, though, doesn't it? Because it went it did the which is a bit weird considering he's like, he shouldn't really see you.
Just tell us where Dowd's gone.
But see, that one should be fine. I don't know.
Thank you. I'll wait for your word.
Okay, so one more left. Quite a lot of men up on the roof there.
Someone there?
No. Oh, I have an autosave, surely.
Stop! I see you!
Does this guy not see me? Apparently not.
Whiskey and cigars tonight? Never doubt.
I'm not reading that because we read it back in the day, you know?
This map shows a coordinated sweep of the flooded district, but the overseers here stick to the plan.
Assassins own
Someone must have tipped them off.
wire and crossbow bolts.
Oh, bum. This is what it looks like to fight people in this game, just in case you didn't know.
This map shows a coordinated sweep of the flooded district, but the overseers here stick to the plan.
We've read all of those, by the way, in the previous game, in case you were wondering. Like, for sure. What the? Why are you not going down the stairs, man? You absolute bumhead.
This map shows a coordinated sweep of the flooded. Overseers here didn't stick to the plan. Someone must have tipped them off.
Yeah, no, sorry, I just completely misread the situation there. I mean, I take full responsibility for that one.
This map shows a coordinated sweep of the flooded district, but the overseers here didn't stick to the plan. Someone must have tipped them off.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight?
Never doubt it.
Lived here for years, killing and stashing treasure. These buildings are probably riddled with trapdoors and false walls.
What was that?
Just when I thought I was getting somewhere. I don't need to eat that tin of potted whale meat. It's fine. There is that bone charm that I didn't equip. That leads to where we were. Oh my goodness, I was about to maul there because I really was holding the F key and he didn't take the body with him, and the body was about to fall and he was going to go splat in the concrete, so I got kind of lucky there. Yes, well caught. His sword fell into the water, that's kind of cool. Whirlwind. Nah, no thank you. That one I did get in the base game, I remember. But no, not for me.
Huh? Thought you could just...
Okay. I'll watch for your sign.
That leads to that other area. All these things that I don't need.
If he comes back, I'll earn another promotion.
They were given fair warning. The litany on the White Cliff itself forbids consuming the flesh. Rats, what
This guy's a bit blind, doesn't he? Yep, no problem, jump. Ugh. Terrible. Probably should just go this way. Where'd you come from? I don't think you were here earlier.
Prisoners are secure, but the interrogations have been unsettling. The ones that talk are worse than the ones who won't, and there's still no sign of... Okay, now I hear...
I'm pretty sure I've read all of these. Overseer Pike. I have taken the Commerce Building. A temporary headquarters has been set up in a nearby structure. My men are dealing with a number of captives which should prove to be very informative. We have achieved a total victory here, catching the enemy by surprise. The plans for a larger coordinated assault were obviously unnecessary. I am confident that Dowd will show himself and will be in our custody shortly. Overseer Leonard Hume. Wonderful. Billy Lurk watches me closely, studying my decisions, every move I make. That's nothing new. Even as a kid, there was a quiet curiosity there, though curiosity is not quite the right word. But lately it seems more intense. I'll feel the hairs on my neck standing up, only realizing a moment later that Lurk is on a roof or a balcony nearby. Some mornings, some of my papers seem to be moved, maybe poured over. When we're alone and Billy's comfortable with the mask off, questions come from odd angles, unrelated to our mission or to a specific target. Questions about what I'm thinking, about my attitude toward the target. It's odd, something to watch, another puzzle. Every one of my whalers is good, for my gifts seem stronger in some than in others. The outsider's mark is a mystery in this way. Not something I can control. Those who remain with me either gain in the use of my extraordinary abilities, or they don't. Those who don't, I push toward the blade, the crossbow, or the study of poisons. Everyone among them serves in some way, and together we've spilled a sea of blood. Lurk is a quicker study than most, but stays aloof from the others. It's no matter to me as long as orders get carried out. wasn't what I had in mind. Congratulations, Illuminati. Excellent slotting, my lad. Welcome back, John.
Give the word, sir. What's our next move?
Capture the remaining overseers.
Capture as many as you can. Their plans are ruined. Give me a report.
We'll take the overseer who led the attack and find out what else he knows. As soon as he's conscious. It seems the overseers are marching into the flooded district, planning a massive assault against us. This overseer Hume went against orders and attacked early. Our men, the ones you freed, were able to rout the remaining zealots. This place belongs to us again.
How did the cursed overseers find us?
It's my fault. I told Delilah where we were hidden.
What?
She wanted me to turn on you.
You did this.
But I can't go through with it.
Stupid child. All you had to do was cut his throat.
He deserves better. I was an idiot to listen to you.
So that's your choice then, Dowd. Her betrayal would have been the sweetest. But either way, the Brigmore witches will be your end. You should have forgotten my name the day you heard it.
I think it was always understood between us that I'd see my moment and take your place. I moved too early. You weren't weak, like I thought. I'm only sorry I didn't pick a better ally. Delilah made contact with the overseers. I thought, between the three of us, we'd have you dead to rights.
We can blame the zealots for that. Overseer Hume was too quick to move.
My life is yours now. Kill me, or let me live. If it even matters to you.
Touching and pathetic. If I see either of you again, I'll tear out your stone-cold hearts and walk in your skin.
Touching and pathetic, quite the combination.
I forgive you. Get out of here. Leave the city. Leave my sight, Billy. I give you your life.
When Billy Lurk was 8, she wanted to be the captain of a ship. From the moment she met you, all she wanted was to be a killer. She watched you, learned from you, and then she saw you losing your grip and decided to take your place. And now, she's limping to the outskirts of the city. She'll pay a smuggler to get past quarantine. She'll watch herself for signs of plague for a while. Gradually, the fear and grief that seep into your bones in Dunwall will dissipate, and she'll find a new name and a new use for her skills. Even if Dunwall burns to the ground, one corner of the Empire will still know your story. Dowd, killer of an empress. Dowd, who spared his betrayer's life.
000. Thank you, and hello, Lido. I hope you're doing well. And just so you guys know, so for the base game, I was mulling about the fact that I didn't get the Steam achievement for not killing anyone. I got that for this DLC, and I also got the achievement for not tripping any of the alarms, so that's good. I don't know how, but I did that as well, so... But yeah, I thought this was very good. Really good, actually. The story's not that amazing, but it's interesting enough. And I thought the missions were very good. My expectations for DLC are like super low, but this is actually a good one. It seems like the story will continue anyway in the next DLC anyway. Like, so me saying that it's not that amazing is sort of whatever, because it clearly leads to the next one, you know. Thank you, Dark One, and hello. I hope you're doing well. Yes. Same to you. No? Had no issues with it. I even did the Granny Rags thing. I figured all that out on the second level. No, I guess I got lucky. Didn't have any issues with it. Voodoo Highway. Yeah. It definitely sounds annoying though, for sure. Yeah. Gotcha. So did you have to go back to the start of the mission, or? Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I've been pretty good with, you know, my experience hasn't been ruined by glitches, really. There are a few minor ones, but nothing game-breaking, you know. Spanish audio. Agent movement powered by Path Engine. Maybe that's where it all went wrong, Dark One. I don't know. So yeah, that's the end of the first DLC. I thought it was very good. Definitely worth checking out, and that will lead nicely into the next one, which is going to be the Brigmore Witches. So yeah, I'll continue with that next time. So yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. No problem at all. Master Assassin difficulty. Let me check. Yeah, it is. You're correct. So yeah. But I'm just going to quickly check twitch.television to see if there's anything happening. Twitch.television. But yeah. Oh, interesting, Dark One. That's weird.